But yeah, I can cut all this out.
Yeah, but you didn't in the last video or the video before that.
Well, yeah, because we were dropping gems, my guy. We were dropping gems.
All right. Not really, not like before the intro.
Can we fucking start this, please?
No!
All right, let's go. Yo, one of these days I'm gonna drop like the hottest 16 ever on this beat. I'm just gonna be spitting MGK Eminem bars.
You can't rap. You can't freestyle to save your life.
Facts. That's why I'm gonna have like I'm gonna call like some people that I know that rap and have them write me a 16. Just have it be pretty epic.
Fair enough.
Alrighty, everybody. Episode 4. Let's talk about it. He's back.
How is this episode 4? Well, I mean, if you count the pilot, it's episode 4.
Well, yeah, the pilot always counts.
But no, because the last time I was the last person on.
All right, hold on. Let's call it 3.5.
What?
Well, because the podcast doesn't count as a full
because
episode.
my episode was 2. Oh my god. We established that my episode was 2.
Okay, you're right. I'll give it.
Okay, so it's 3.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Let's Talk About It podcast. I am your host, Jake Stout. Follow me on Instagram at Jake Stout, all lowercase, if you rock with me, want to get some cool workouts, some training tips, and just talk to me.
Follow him because his likes are pitiful.
Oh, that was.
I'm like the only person that likes your stuff.
That was too much.
Too much.
Also, I'd like to give a special shout out to a friend of mine, Matt Upson. He and a buddy of his created their own podcast on Spotify. It is called Inside the Park. Anybody that is a fan of mine should be a fan of theirs. They are a baseball exclusive podcast. These are two knuckleheads that I really enjoy listening to. And they get into it with baseball. So if you're a baseball fan, go check them out. That is Inside the Park podcast on Spotify. And I would also like to send a special shout out to Signal 5 CrossFit. They are my gym, they are my family, they are my training partners, they are some of the best humans on planet Earth. If you're ever in Harrisburg and looking for a workout, hit up Signal 5 CrossFit.
They're pretty good. They are. They really are.
Well, see, I'm trying to make it sound like I'm doing an ad read. That way, when I actually get ads for like Dollar Shave Club and stuff.
Yeah, but like I mean, I understand like doing that, but like. Just talk like you're real to people, man. I mean, be honest.
True.
Like,
I mean, they're great people. I mean, you're gonna sweat a lot, and you're probably gonna walk away with a little bit less of your soul. But hey, workouts are workouts. Also, feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe, and all right, brother, let's get it. I'm glad to have you back.
You didn't respond to my comment on our last podcast.
Oh, I didn't actually look. Honestly, I didn't actually look.
I put first, no one. You didn't respond. I was kind of mad.
Yeah, well, no, because usually I was responding, but the first episode I did with Arthur didn't get any comments, so I'm like, damn. We'll work on it.
That's probably because the audio was all fucked up.
Probably. Baby steps. At
least, yeah. First step, fix the audio with mine. Second step...
I'm not fixing the audio with yours.
No, I mean, like, you fixed the audio.
Oh, yeah.
That was the first step. The second step is, fixing the camera issues that we have.
Yeah. And then, well, I mean, we took a step to fix that today, hopefully, so...
Yeah, backup battery.
Yeah, backup batteries should be good. Alright, so, now that Austin's here for 2 episodes in a row, there's no point in him doing a State of Society at the end, so we're going to try out some new stuff today. Where do you want to start, brother? I mean, it doesn't matter to me.
That is entirely up to you. I mean, you kind of made this one up on the spot.
Yeah, well, beer me. Alright.
Should have done that like in the mic. I don't know if the mic's gonna pick that up. Maybe it did.
It did. Yeah, it did. Cool. It picked the spike.
Cool.
Alright, so we're gonna do a lot of lists today. Just because, for those of you that don't know, Austin is going to be going into the Navy in 15 days.
Yep, 15 days. That's why I wanted to do a second one, because I wanted to do one right before I left. So
we're gonna make this a little bit of a get to know me, get to know Austin, and also I want to make this a little bit more fan interactive too.
A little more fan interactive. Yes, all 5 of you.
Yeah, all 5 views. So like I said, we're gonna be doing a lot of lists today, and I guess one place we can start is strength sports. Austin and I are big strength sports guys. So what are like 3 things that you're really looking forward to in the upcoming year for strength sports?
I mean, there's honestly a lot that I could think of, and there's a couple I want to pick your brain about. Particularly, it doesn't necessarily have to be in my top 3, but I do want to talk about Larry Wheels. Like, okay. what you think about him as far as like him competing in bodybuilding? You know, do you think he could potentially be on an Olympia stage one day? I mean, he's definitely got the genetics for it, and he is a crazy strong dude. His training methods are insane. I think he's got, what, like a 425, almost 450 overhead press?
Something like that, yeah. Well, so my thing with Larry Wheels, and I've made this known not necessarily to you, but to a lot of my friends that I train with, that I'm not a big steroid guy.
Well, yeah.
You know, and bodybuilding,
sure, but
bodybuilding's riddled with it.
Yeah.
So you kind of have, you know, to be a fan of bodybuilding, you kind of have to just accept it.
Yeah, I mean, you don't necessarily have to condone it. But
oh, yeah, 100%.
I mean, we talked about this last time.
Yeah, so with Larry, I think you're right. I think the talent is there. I think he possesses the genetics. You know, I mean, he's a big human. You know what I mean? They don't crank out Larry Wheels out of the humanoid factory every day.
There's a picture of him standing next to Thor.
Oh yeah, that was ridiculous.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Thor is what, 6'9"?
He's like 6'9", and I think he's
like
upwards,
4 bills.
Yeah, at least.
Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. So I mean, I would say yes. Larry sees an Olympia stage. Larry doesn't win one though. And the reason I say that is because there's already too many big guys.
That's true.
Because you got to look at, you know, I know you and I have talked about Kai Green might make a comeback this year after Phil lost.
I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, Kai is a monster.
Yeah, he is.
so you're looking at Kai. You know, Kai's a different monster.
Yeah.
You know, Phil, when Phil's on his game, is a different human.
Yep.
You know, who won it this year? Shane? Was it Shane? Sean?
Sean Roden.
Sean Roden, very impressive human as well.
Yeah. I mean, he came out of nowhere. He was on nobody's radar this year, and he brought an excellent physique and just blew Phil out of the water.
For sure. Well, and my thing is that, like I said, we live in an era where there's so many big guys, and it's so easy to go find yourself a big dude.
And that's kind of why I think. Are we allowed to like name drop other channels in this?
Yeah, we can.
Okay.
Shout out to whoever he's name dropping.
You know, you ever heard of Nick Strength and Power?
Oh yeah, I love Nick Strength and Power.
Everyone watches him.
Shout out Nick Strength and Power.
Yeah, he's like the go-to guy for bodybuilding, just news and everything.
Yeah, for sure.
But I mean, he what were we talking about again?
We're talking about Nick Strength and Power and bodybuilding, brother.
Yeah. Sorry, I just completely lost my train of thought.
You better catch that thing.
Yeah, well, I completely lost my point.
Well, all right. So now, I'm gonna try to get you back on track here. So, do you think that Larry stands a chance compared to a Sean Roden, to a an A game Phil Heath, an A game Kai Green? Do you think Larry Wheels honestly holds a candle to any of them? Because in my opinion, I think it'll be a, you know, throwback to old bodybuilding. I think it'll be a lot like a Flex Wheeler situation. I think he'll be perennially good, but not good enough.
This was the point I was going to make. Next Strength and Power talking about classic physique, like them bringing that in as opposed to, you know, just going for mass monsters and men's open.
Yeah.
I think that Larry has a lot of potential in classic physique, maybe not mass monster.
Yeah, because I think at the end of the day, his frame will only hold so much.
Exactly. And the other disadvantage that he has, I mean, he's a young guy and he's got a great physique, but a lot of the other guys have been training for years, specifically for bodybuilding. Larry Wheels has always been a powerlifter.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's two different training methods.
For sure. And I mean, and I think one thing to take into account too with Larry is all of his other stuff. You know, Larry's a very visible, you know, human. Larry does a lot of, you know, what's the word I'm like? He does a lot of marketing for himself. Yep. He's out. He does appearances and all of that stuff.
Well, I mean, that's a big part of bodybuilding nowadays, especially with social media.
For sure. But he's not, you know, Sean Roden is nowhere near as visible. Like, I see more Larry Wheels on my timeline than I see Sean Roden, than I see Phil Heath, than I see Kai Green, than I see, you know, even the old school guys. You know what I mean? So, like, Larry would have to, you know, at least to some degree, rein back the public appearances, you know what I mean? And I'm not saying he has to completely cut them out, because he doesn't. But yeah. I would say, like, instead of doing 10 appearances a month, do 5. That's 5 more days to train.
Yep.
That's 5 more good sessions you can get in with BTC. You know what I mean? So that's one of those things. You know, it'd have to be a balancing act for sure. But I would definitely be intrigued. You know what I mean? I think you're right. I don't think he'll be a mass monster, but I think that he'll, you know, he could compete in a classic.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A classic physique style comp. I mean, it's tough though, because like I said, there's so many big guys out there, and there's so many, you know, like Sean Roden, you know, you don't know if there's some dude in a hole in the wall town with a gym with all raggedy weights that is just waiting in the shadows, lurking to come out.
You ever
and
seen
ruin
Ronnie
it.
Coleman's gym?
Yeah.
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 That gym was like
hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and it's one of those things, it builds character too, because you as an athlete,
yeah.
you have to, you know what I mean? If you're competing against guys that have like $1 million gyms,
Yep.
you know, that pisses me off, because it's like, I want that.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta work with what you got, though. You
Oh,
know?
for sure. You know what I mean? But then that not only makes you a smarter competitor, but that also, it gives you get a grit from that. You know what I mean? You get that chip on your shoulder, and that chip on your shoulder, that does things to people that, you know, normal people don't have. And it's one thing that I've always said, you know, strength athletes in particular are some of the most driven humans.
Yep.
You'll see. You know, whether it be powerlifting, strongman, CrossFit, Olympic weightlifting, you know what I mean? Some of the most driven humans.
Well, I mean, it's because, like, I think we were talking about this last time, how it's like, it's not a team sport. You know, it's all reliant on that
You gotta
person.
you gotta look yourself in the mirror and say, all right, I did enough or I didn't do enough.
Yeah, like, you're not, I mean, yeah, you have, like, your public appearance team and your sponsorship and all that, but ultimately, you competing, it comes down to you.
For sure.
It comes down to how much work you're willing to put in.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so another thing you're looking forward to this year in strength sports. That's one. We got one down.
Someone
2 more.
beating Thor's
Deadlift record. Is Brian Shaw over the hill?
What do you mean?
I'm asking, is Brian Shaw over the hill?
Did he deadlift more than Thor?
No, is he over the hill? Is Brian Shaw going to win another World's Strongest Man? Because I've asked myself this question so many times, is how...
I mean,
how long...
Brian and Thor they're like, I don't want to say they're neck and neck. I mean, Thor is a strong dude and Brian is...
Thor is what, 6-7 years younger?
Something like that. Yeah.
But that matters.
It does. It really does.
Well, and my thing is that, you know, you can be a little long in the tooth and have that quote-unquote old man strength. I mean, I know Zadrunas had that his last World's Strongest Man.
Yeah.
But he just wasn't the same.
Nope.
And you could tell. You know what I mean? Where, like, years previous, the old Zadrunas waxes a lot of guys that are there now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But, and it's something that you see it a lot, and not just in strength sports, you see it in a lot of sports, you know what I mean? Like, people are saying Tom Brady's over the hill. Like, Tom Brady's in his 40s. Hell yeah! I can understand if he's over the hill.
See, I did not know what you meant by over the hill. I was trying to figure out exactly
what you meant. Well, yeah, because how long... So,
you could just elaborate.
Comparative... Well, all right, so there's a question. So, how comparative is age in strength sports as compared to team sports?
Because
you can cover up a 40-year-old quarterback pretty well with a solid run game, you know what I mean?
Exactly. See, that's kind of what I wanted to get at, like, 2 minutes ago with talking about how it's not a team sport. You know, you're not reliant on other people to help you when you're competing. I mean, obviously there's your nutritionist and your trainer, but like I said, ultimately it comes down to yourself, how well you perform at the competition.
Absolutely.
But do I think that age matters in strength sports? Absolutely. I mean, there's no doubt about it. I mean, as you get older, you do lose muscle mass.
Yeah.
So
and recovery becomes a lot harder,
exactly.
and there's a lot of other factors. So, in your opinion, if you had to pick an age range, what's the prime of a strongman to compete in World's Strongest Man? Because I'm looking at a lot of the young guys, and who's the Russian? That was
I can never pronounce his name correctly.
Spetsnaz, but you know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, I know you're
he's like 20. About. He's like what, 28, 29?
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's definitely a prime age.
Or Shivlikov, right? It's Mikhail Shivlikov, something like that.
I honestly don't know how to pronounce his name, but I think that's the correct.
Yeah, he wears his Russian beret up there when he deadlifts. Okay, yeah. But he's like 29, 27, 28, 29, something like that.
He's the guy that went and deadlifted
and
his
had
nose just exploded.
Blew out a couple of blood vessels in his nose.
It was awesome.
Yeah. He but like young guys like that, you know what I mean? At 29 years old, if you put them in any other sport, they're old.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? Cuz like
I think that like the age group like 25 to like 30 or 32, I think that is a good age for strongmen because like by that time your body is finished developing and you know what you're capable of. You know what I mean?
Okay, I can see that. I mean, in my opinion, I would say 27 to 37.
Okay.
27 to 37. Give yourself a decade of just bear down, let's go get it, and let's see what happens.
Yeah, and I mean like
because how old's Brian Shaw? Brian Shaw's in his 40s now.
Is he in his 40s? I thought he was in his 30s.
Google it.
Yeah, that's
Google
what
it.
I'm doing right now.
But yeah, but the point I'm saying is that you look at, and I'm not in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, but like that's for competing though. I mean, like if you're talking about like conditioning your body and training for it, I mean, definitely well before that. I mean, you want to start early.
Oh, definitely earlier.
I mean, like you look at Thor,
but here's
a basketball player before he was anything else. I think.
Yeah.
Wasn't
he? Yeah. Well, but here's what I'm saying. So if you're looking at
36,
he's 36. Okay,
36.
So he could
still in that age bracket.
Yeah. But
he's a big dude though. I saw him in person. Holy shit.
Well, yeah, but you put him and Thor next to each other. Those are two. Like, there's only two of those humans on the planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I mean,
but
like,
now, how old's Thor? Google how old Thor is.
I want to say he's 29.
Well, but this comes back to the point that I'm trying to make.
Still a 7-year difference.
Yeah, and how much, you know what I mean? I think this year will really dictate how much time 7 years really is. You know, because the thing with...
I'm sorry, he's 30. Okay, he just turned 30 this year.
Yeah. Like I said, I knew it was like a 6 or a 7 year difference. But the point I'm trying to make is that at the end of the day, you know, this is going to be a big year in my opinion just because how much more does Brian Shaw have left in the tank, A, and B, you know Thor's been in the lab cooking something up. Like, you know that man... Yeah, you know that man has been doing... ridiculous
like I said,
stuff.
I would like to see someone break his record. Do I think it's possible? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Would I like to see it happen? Absolutely.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I mean,
everybody would love to see that happen, you know what I mean? But it's a case of, 1,050 pounds on that damn bar.
Oh my god, yeah. What was it? I think his record was 1,021, and then
prior to that, and then he just threw
1048
on the bar and was like, let's get it.
Yeah. I think Brian tried to beat that.
I can see it.
He tried to beat it at the Arnold.
Yeah, I can see it. I mean, my biggest thing is that it's more about, it's more this year, I think, going to be about how the guys train. Because, Thor could easily, if he wanted to, in my opinion, have this be a little bit of a lax year for him. Not necessarily that he's slowing down, but he could coast a little bit, and I still think he goes in as the favorite.
Yeah.
So.
I don't see him doing that, though.
Last thing you're looking forward to this year in strength sports. Taking up all my time here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
18 minutes already.
Well, we got other.
Oh yeah, we got another 40 minutes.
Oh, 40 minutes.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make this one an hour.
Oh damn it! I was kind of hoping we make this one like 3. I'm kidding.
I mean, if you really want to.
Anyway, I kind of like the idea of us talking about Phil Heath coming back.
Oh,
making a come. I mean, he's not coming back this year. He confirmed it, but.
Oh yeah, because you gotta go back to the lab and relook it. You gotta look yourself in the mirror and go look at some shit.
Serious thought to doing it in 2020.
Interesting.
Yeah. I think that.
Interesting.
I mean, I talked to Brendan about this. I don't know if I see Phil Heath winning again. But I do see him placing
being competitive
very well.
For sure.
Being competitive, and placing very well.
Yeah. Well, all right. So now, given what happened this last year at the Arnold.
You mean the Olympia?
Or the Olympia, my bad, not the Arnold. I'm sorry.
We can talk about the Arnold if you want to.
Nah. I'm gonna touch on it a little bit later though.
You're gonna touch Arnold later?
No. So given what happened at the Olympia this year, Sean, was it Roden?
Yeah, Sean Roden.
Sean Roden came out of nowhere, complete dark horse, ruined everybody's day.
Oh, he didn't ruin everybody's day. I thought it was awesome, you know?
Oh no, I did too, but he ruined Phil Heath's dreams of grandeur.
Yeah, well, I mean, he still has the potential to, get, at least tie the record for Olympia wins. I mean,
For sure. Well, but all right, so here's my thing, right? So Phil Heath goes back, takes this year off,
yeah.
and goes back to the lab. Does Kai Green finally win one? Does
This
Kai?
year?
Yeah. Because Kai didn't compete last year, so he's been in the lab cooking something.
Absolutely.
Because I think if anything, this is a perfect storm for Kai. Because me being a Kai fan, and just watching some of his training videos, like he is like foaming at the mouth, knowing that that's one less big dude that he has to go up against, and they'll probably slot in. I mean, they'll slot in somebody who can be competitive.
Yeah.
But Kai, like I said, Kai is just genetically different.
Yeah.
So,
I think it's a very good potential for Kai Green to win. Like I
Sean returning is the favorite, though.
Yes, Sean returning. But I think if not only Kai Green but Big Ramy, if he
Okay.
Nick Strength and Power touched on this a lot. If he comes back in conditioned, as opposed to just coming in big, because if you
if you come in
Olympias,
big
his
bubble gum,
quads were like the size of this table. You saw his quads? Like, it's the first thing you saw on the guy. His quads were freaking huge. But, if he comes in, not necessarily, really smaller, but definitely, downsize a little bit and come in conditioned, Big Ramy has a potential to just, blow everybody else at the Olympia out of the water.
For sure. Okay, so now let me ask you this, and this is something I always try to bring to light with a lot of people because, we live in a very, very, very interesting time.
Yes, we do.
Is this going to be looked at in 30 years as a golden age of bodybuilding and strongman, you think?
I believe so, yeah.
I agree.
Honestly, every generation makes their mark, and eventually something becomes the golden era. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, I think someday this will all be looked at as the golden era. Then what would that make our golden era?
Oh yeah, because then that adds the mystique to everything. Because then we go and look back at Arnold and Ferrigno.
Yeah, but what would that make their era if that's not the golden era at that point?
That would just be like the infancy. That would be the match. The striking of the match, the burn.
Makes sense, yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you think about human evolution. We didn't start in the golden age.
That's true.
We started in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not that the Stone Age was bad, but
yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So you kind of got to look at things in a little bit of perspective, because who's to say in 30 years we don't have a superhuman android looking thing?
We're like borderline that right now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So who's to say that doesn't happen? You know what I mean? So, all right, well, my 3 things I'm looking forward to are, I'm going to keep it all CrossFit, just because all CrossFit.
I will not be able to give any insight in this whatsoever.
Okay, good.
Shut up.
I'm kidding. So for me, 3 things I'm looking forward to this year. The number 1 is just the CrossFit Games as a whole. Matt Frazier is the favorite going in again. Matt Frazier is going to win again. The question is by how much. I don't see anybody. I love Brett Fikowski. I love Patrick Vellner. I love Team Canada. They are still not even tying that man's sneakers. So Matt Frazier by a landslide. If you're a betting man, I bet the farm on Frazier. 2, the women's class is open. Tia Claire Toomey and Cara Webb, Team Australia. Cara Webb has some impressive legs, my dude. I know you're a bodybuilding guy and stuff, but you put her legs on some dudes, and it's crazy.
All right. Google imagery.
Cara Webb is a monster.
Is it C or K?
K-A-R-A.
K-A-R-A.
Cara is a monster of a human. She's really funny too. She has that little college girl voice.
Oh, okay.
It's fun. It's just fun listening to her interviews. Also, Iceland. Wait, that's where Thor's from, right? Iceland.
I believe so. Yeah.
Team Iceland.
Iceland's got some like really strong fucking
Katrin
people.
David's
Holy
daughter.
shit.
Katrin David's daughter. Sarah Sigmund's daughter. Also, Annie Thor's daughter. All very talented women. All very strong women. It's a 5-horse race. So that's a pick'em to me. If I
she could crush an Atlas stone in between her thighs.
Oh yeah, she's got big
Christ.
legs, bro. She's a
Holy
monster.
shit.
She is a monster. Yeah, like I said, the ladies division in CrossFit is open, and trying to think what else. I'm curious to see how the team series this year goes. I hear there's going to be a lot of shakeup in the team series. They're going to be doing a lot more, giving the athletes a lot more freedom to kind of pick who they get to team up with. You know what I mean? A lot of it goes by gym, but now you might get like some Golden State Warrior style teams. So I think that'll be interesting, the team series, because since you don't know the team series, it has to be 2 males, 2 females.
Yeah, you're like talking to the wrong guy about CrossFit.
No, I'm informing you. So the team series every year is, like I said, it's 2 guys, 2 females, and it's usually either by region or by gym.
Okay.
But now they're saying, they're kind of opening it up and saying, you can team up with whoever. So you can go put Matt Frazier and Brent Fikowski, who are arguably the 2 best men, with the 2 best women and with the Team Australia girls, and then just run through the team series. It wouldn't even be fair. You know what I mean? So it'll be interesting to see. All right, we're back. We're back. Yep. Where were we at? Oh, team series CrossFit. Yeah, like I said, I think the CrossFit games this year are gonna be really fun. I definitely think there might be a dark horse looming somewhere, but I highly doubt it. Matt Frazier's taking this one on a walk. All right, so our next top 3. Do you want to do top 3 favorite video games of all time, or do you want to do top 3 favorite video games of this year? Because I'll leave that part up to you. Because if we do all time, I got my top 3 locked and loaded.
Yeah, you know what? I'm curious. Let's do all time.
Okay, all time in no particular order. GTA San Andreas.
Okay, I can live with that.
Modern Warfare 2.
Oh hell yeah! Oh yeah!
Last one may surprise some people, but what the hell was it? Horizon Zero Dawn, relatively recent one.
I don't think I played that.
Basically futuristic utopia. The world basically nuked itself, and then you have to go fight like robotic animals and actual robots and stuff. You run around. You're a girl with a bow, and like the bow, you can put explosive tips on the bow and run around. Just
maybe we should have done this year, because I feel like we have to like defend our points for each one. But you know what, dude? Go ahead. I'm curious to see why those games in particular are your favorite.
Well,
ones.
San Andreas was the first violent video game my dad ever let me buy. So holds a special part. Modern Warfare 2, I legitimately cried at the end of the story, end of the campaign. That like grown men cried when Shepard betrayed all of us. And like I said, Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't think I've ever had that much fun playing an open world game. Red Dead 2 holds a very close, 3 or would technically be 4 spot. There's a lot of other games that I've played that I've really been, like, oh my god, this is fun. But, just off the top, those are my 3 of all time.
Alright, now for mine.
If you don't say Modern Warfare 2, I'm going to kill you.
Well, I don't really want to repeat what you say. I mean, Modern Warfare 2 is definitely, like, in my top tier of games because...
Well, alright, so just to kind of, we'll level this off for you. Is it safe to say that Modern Warfare 2 will go down as forever an all-time classic?
Yes, 100%.
Okay, cool. As long as we're on the same page there.
I've been saying this, like, since there was, like, rumors about Activision remastering that. All they have to do...
Activision, remaster the game.
You don't have to do that much work. Just update the fucking graphics.
Thank you!
Literally, that's all you have to do. Keep the maps the same, keep the gameplay the same, keep, like, the weapon balance the same. Everything the same.
I don't know. I would like to see a couple new missions in the campaign.
Okay,
but if I'm getting greedy, my god, no Russian today would be lit.
But no, like, okay, yeah, add
course,
like, missions.
The liberal, I can hear the liberals now. Listen, the liberals are triggered. No Russian.
But no, I mean, that's all they have to do. As far as as far as the multiplayer, they don't have to update anything for the multiplayer.
Oh
None
my
of that
God,
bullshit
no.
pay for play.
Oh my god,
Multiplayer,
no.
just keep it the same. Just update the graphics a little bit. That's
Yeah.
it. Just to run the new gen consoles so they don't look like a potato.
I would understand if they wanted to do a DLC for it, but it's not that serious.
Yeah, yeah. But mine would probably have to be Fallout 3.
I can see why.
Yep. I love the post-apocalyptic open world games.
Copy that.
They're just fantastic. Battlefield 4. I think 3 is great, but 4 was like my first Battlefield game.
Okay.
So
okay, I can see it. Battlefield 4 multiplayer was fun.
yeah.
Where does Hardline fall in the Battlefield series for you?
As far as
Like, is it a mid-tier Battlefield to you, or do you think Hardline's a good Battlefield?
I think Hardline's just out of place.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
I personally like
it's
Hardline,
bad, but I mean, it's just it doesn't feel like Battlefield.
I can understand
You know?
that. I can understand that. All right.
And my third one, oh god, I actually got to think about this one. Metal Gear Solid 3. The third one.
I accept that. That was a good one.
Honestly, any MGS game that isn't Phantom Pain. Phantom Pain, I'm not...
Never even heard of Phantom Pain, so it must have been trash.
No, it's good. It's just not... it doesn't feel like an MGS game. It's just...
Okay.
I don't really know how to explain it, but if you play any of the other Metal Gear Solids and then play Phantom Pain, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
It just feels off, basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, it does not feel like Hideo Kojima directed it. Hideo Kojima directed all the other MGS games.
All right, so here's a question. What is your go-to game that people think are underrated? Like, you can't play any major titles, and you have to play a game for a day. What are you playing? Because I already know what my answer is.
What are we talking as far as like? What would you consider to be underrated?
Something that when you walk into a Comic-Con is not going to be up on a big screen anywhere, or E3 or anything like that. Something that doesn't get a lot of press. Something that never really got a lot of press. Something that I would even go as far to say even a game that got released and people have just forgot about. You know what I mean? Now it could be for any console. It could be you could go all the way back to NES for all I care.
Now, you could argue that this had a lot of hype at the release of the Xbox One because it was one of the released games.
Mm-hmm.
Sunset Overdrive.
What's it about?
Basically, this energy drink company makes this energy drink that turns people into mutants.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
Actually,
that's my pick.
I gotta agree with you on that one. Which one, the 40th Day or the first one?
Both of them.
I think the 40th Day was superior, but both of them.
All right, so what Austin's looking at on my phone, I'm just making sure that I got the title of the game right before I blurted it out. For me, if I had to pick an underrated title or a game, like I said, that had a lot of pub and people just kind of forgot about, it was Army of Two.
Yeah.
Because for the PS3, Army of Two, I swear to God, I can't tell you how many senseless killings I had in that game. Because Army of Two, and especially with the homeboy over, like, y'all are sitting sitting like me and Austin are sitting now screaming at each other.
That was back, like, what I consider the golden age of, like, just sitting down with your buddy and doing, like, co-op, like, couch co-op games.
Couch co-op games need to come back.
They do.
They do.
I mean, like, when... Okay, do you ever play the Dead Space series?
Yes!
Have you played Dead Space 3?
Yes!
I got that...
Couch co-op was lit!
There was no couch co-op with that!
Or what? Wait.
Dead Space 3. There wasn't, and I was so pissed about that. My buddy Lance and I, we got it the day it came out, and there wasn't any couch co-op on it. We were so pissed because we were like, oh yeah, we saw the advertisements for it, and it's like, yeah, it's going to be couch co-op. Okay, you got 2 players. No, you don't.
Yeah, right. But no, Army of Two was always a good one for me. Like, if I had to, like, give my little brother a game and be like, Dak, go play this for a day and you'll understand video games, that's what I'm giving him. Just go kill some cartel members and, call it a day.
Well, that's the third one, ain't it? Army of Two, Devil's Cartel.
Yeah.
I
like the Devil's Cartel. The 40th Day was good too.
I only played up to the 40th day.
The first one was good too. It was a EA Montreal actually. And
really?
Yeah. Didn't realize.
Huh.
Shout out Canada. It actually came up with something good for once.
Canada.
Canada.
All
right, so another top 3. Give me your top 3 favorite movies of all time. Any genre. You're gonna hate me for 2 of mine.
I might hate you for 2 of yours.
You want some of those?
Yeah, I might loosen my tongue a little bit. Help me think. Jesus.
Well, while you're thinking, do you want me to give you mine?
Yeah, give me yours, because I'm still... It's going to be a little bit, because I'm a big movie guy, and I a lot of movies hold a special place in my heart that I really can't...
Yeah, you can't always justify it in a conversation like this.
I can't narrow it down.
So, for me, Avatar, Blue People Avatar.
Yeah.
Yeah,
if you say
James
that piece of garbage, The Last Airbender.
Right.
That M. Night Shyamalan directed.
Yeah. Cheers, bud. So, Avatar, Blue People, James Cameron was a masterpiece.
Absolutely.
Number 2 for me, cult classic, because I'm an old soul, Top Gun.
Okay.
I just like walking around saying I was inverted.
Because I was inverted?
Yeah, everybody's like, I'm going to say that one of these days.
Yeah.
If I make a really good play on the football field and I walk over and my coach is like, hey man, how'd you make that play? So I'm just going to be like...
Because I was inverted.
Because I was inverted. My last movie, this is the one you're probably going to hate me the most for.
I already hate you for Top Gun.
Why?
I'm just kidding.
I was going to say, Tom Cruise's tooth in the middle of his face irritates me so much. I can't unsee that.
There was... I pointed this out to TJ the other night. There was a girl he matched with on Tinder that had Tom Cruise syndrome. I call it Tom Cruise syndrome.
The Tom Cruise syndrome. So my third, and there's so many that honestly deserve this spot.
Yeah. Is
Hills Have Eyes.
Okay. I mean, I'm not gonna hate you for that one. Are we talking the original or the remake?
Original?
Original? Yeah. I can live with that.
Well, because like so for me, like there's so many that because like all right, so my 3A, so to speak, was The Rock with Nicolas Cage and Sean Connery. Sean Connery was a prisoner on Alcatraz. Yeah, go back. Yeah, those are my top 3. But Hills Have Eyes for some. I think it was the first. I think it was the first movie that actually gave me like chills.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I was really young when I saw it.
The first movie that ever really freaked me the hell out was probably Dead Silence.
Okay. I could see how that. I can see how that would get you.
Yeah. But my top 3. Do these have to be like?
It doesn't have to be in any order or any genre. Mine aren't in
any
order.
genre, so it can just be like.
It can be an indie film.
It can be kids movies.
Yeah, it can be a kids movie.
Okay, right.
Oh damn! I didn't even think about kids movies.
Yeah.
Shit.
Like there's movies that I could watch constantly. And not get sick of. I mean, there's a lot of kids movies that I could watch and not get sick of.
All right, what's your favorite kids movie?
The Iron Giant.
I can see how I can see you look like the kid from the Iron Giant.
Iron Giant, hands down.
Oh man! All right, that makes sense. All right, so your top 3.
Well, Iron Giant.
Iron Giant.
And then I'd have to go with.
See,
the original Toy Story, the first one.
Yes. Okay.
And then let's pick an adult movie. God, this was tough.
Yeah, like
if I had to pick one, probably Night of the Living Dead.
Okay. I can't be mad at that.
I mean, I like the original. The original holds a special place in my heart, but the 1992 or 90 remake, whatever one was remade, they remade it in the 90s.
Yeah.
I like that one a lot more just because there was a lot more story to it, and not everybody died at the end.
For sure.
It just kind of like the original one, it's in black and white, really short, and like everyone just fucking dies at the end.
Yeah. And I mean, like, there's so many movies that, I love. Like, any of the James Bond films.
Yeah.
I could have, you know, slotted in anywhere. Any of the Avengers movies, I could have slotted in
easily,
there.
yeah.
I mean, my thing is that, you know, for me, just
when you think of your top 3 movies, are the first ones that come to mind. They're not necessarily...
It's not necessarily the 3 that, like, if I really sat down, like, if we wanted to, and something that I think we could totally
like,
do.
if you were stranded on a desert island and you could only bring 3 movies with you, they're not necessarily the 3 that you would bring, but they're just the 3 that popped into your head fastest, when you hear your top 3 favorite movies.
Well, no, but you know what? I think one thing that I think something that people should do that would be fun, and something that we could potentially do at one point if we ever get a chance, is do, I don't know if you're familiar with college basketball, but they do March Madness. It's the 64-team tournament.
Okay.
Do, like, your top 64 movies, and then have to pick all the way down to 1. Because, like, that would
take forever, though.
Yeah, because you would have the biggest internal conflict ever.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you'd have to just pick the top 64 movies in your head.
The shitty part about it is...
You have to get rid of some of them.
You can't take it back because it's on camera.
Yeah, exactly.
It's on the internet.
It's on the internet. It will live forever in infamy. It was on the internet. Alright, so, since you've been here, since you were last episode...
I have been here before.
And this is episode 3. I'm not going to have you do an SOS. Because we already know your state of society and how you're feeling about things, and we got about 20 minutes left. So I want to do a new segment with you.
A new segment.
Yeah, it's called If You Could. So I have a couple of questions for you, and I want to hear your answers. So.
And you want me to justify these answers?
Yes. So. First question: if you could live in any TV series world, what would it be, and why? So if you could interject yourself into any TV series ever and live in that world for the rest of your life, what would it be and why? See, I told you it was a good one.
That is a good one. I told you it was a good one.
I got another good.
No, there's a lot of TV series that I could actually justify for that. But
what's the impulse? What's the Austin Hartman impulse answer?
Honestly, I couldn't give one to you because I'm watching so many shows right now that.
If you say Stranger Things, I'm gonna hit you.
I'm not gonna say Stranger Things. I don't watch Stranger Things. I have not watched an episode of Stranger Things yet.
I watched an episode with my little cousin who came up here, and I can see why people like it.
No.
Not my cup of tea though.
Okay.
Besides, I read the Wikipedia thing on how it ended. I can kind of see, I can kind of foreshadow in my brain how they go about the ending.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway.
Oh boy. See, I want to say Hell on Wheels. You ever watch that?
Yeah.
Such a great series because, like,
well, you just want to run around.
I want to Red Dead Redemption this shit, man. You know that. Like, dude, I shit you not. As soon as I got done with Red Dead Redemption, I jumped right back into that series. I stopped it at like season 2, for no particular reason. I mean, it's a fantastic series. I just stopped. But after I got done with Red Dead Redemption 2, I just hopped right back into it, and I've been watching it ever since.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can see that being a thing.
I mean, a lot of the shows that I'm watching right now are just like dark comedies, like based on real life.
Like what for example?
You ever watch Sick Note? It's on Netflix.
I've heard of it. I've probably scrolled past it a bunch of times.
It's alright. It's like a British comedy.
Oh, it's alright. If you're on Hulu, Letterkenny's a good show. Shout out Letterkenny.
I just got Hulu, so yeah, I'm gonna watch that.
Letterkenny is the funniest shit ever. Yo, season 3 and season 4 are coming out the 27th of December.
Nice.
So you got in just at the right time.
Yeah, so definitely Hell on Wheels is probably the one that I'm gonna jump to. I don't want to do The Walking Dead just because everyone wants to do the zombie apocalypse bullshit.
Everybody thinks they're prepared until shit goes down and they find out how.
Although I would like the Breaking Bad universe because I would like to make meth and get away with it. Yeah, they are coming out with a movie that's supposed to be like...
It's supposed to be like a spin-off, right?
It's supposed to be a sequel to it, to like What Happened to Jesse after,
after
the series.
Yeah, so
that should be good.
So, my answer for this, if I could jump into one TV series, I'd have to say The Sopranos.
Yeah, okay.
Just run around and just fuck shit up.
Absolutely.
And my thing is like, and I know you don't know this, and I know I'm probably gonna get clowned for this, but I think I look damn good in the suit, my guy. I'm just saying, brother.
Keep telling yourself that, Jake.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. I'm just
fucking with you, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Yeah, man. Like, I could just see myself as a Sopranos character. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't want to be anybody high up. You know what I mean? But just somebody that's muscle knee deep in the dirt, ready to just go get it.
I like how we pick like series that are like based on real life. Like we didn't pick something like, you ever watch Terra Nova? Where, like,
yeah, or like Big Mouth or something like that on Netflix.
I mean, Big Mouth is like kind of based on real life. It's a cartoon, but
yeah.
I mean,
no, I feel you, but yeah, I would have to say The Sopranos for me.
You know what would be a good series for that, and I completely skipped my mind because I was so set on Hell on Wheels.
If you say The Big Bang Theory, I'm cutting you.
No, the 100. Ever watched the 100?
Oh yeah, so the people like get dropped out of the sky and then the survival thing. Okay, yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, they're like they got sent back to Earth after like a nuclear war or something like that.
Yeah. To see if they could.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have to catch up on that though.
All right, so question number 2, of if you could.
If I could.
So this is if you cry, I'm not gonna be mad at you. If you could work out with anyone throughout history for one good session, who are you working out with?
Ah, fuck you.
I had to put you on the hot seat, brother. I had to.
It depends. What am I training for?
Doesn't matter. You get to work out with whoever you want for one session. Y'all get to clock in the gym and get some work. Who are you working out with? If you pay attention here, Austin has smoke rolling out of his ears.
Oh yeah, I'm giving this one some thought. I mean, it depends on what I'm training for.
It's one day, man. It's one day. It's one day. It's one session. It's
Ronnie Coleman
in his prime.
Yes.
Always.
Yes. Well, actually, even now, because I mean, he's a great motivator.
I mean, you want to work out with Ronnie Coleman in his prime? Stop lying.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, like he's a great motivator. I mean, I would want to.
For sure.
I could go through the list. I would want to work out with Franco Colombo, obviously Arnold, Brian Shaw, Larry Wheels,
Lou Ferrigno.
Lou Ferrigno, definitely.
I would want to work out with Lou.
Mark Bell. I could. The list goes on. But if I wanted to pick, fuck you, Jake. I would work out with you. But if I wanted to pick someone who was actually gonna like. I mean, each person on that list would motivate me, but Ronnie would be like the top one because he's loud. He's loud as fuck, and he is just he's a great human being. He honestly is.
For me, Dave Castro.
Really?
Creator of CrossFit. And the reason being, because like the dude's still alive, you know what I mean, and he still works out and he does everything, you know. But he's a CEO now and he's a multi-millionaire, so I'm small fish compared to him. But I would love to just work out with him just to understand how his mind works and get a lot of tips and tricks on stuff. Just because it's one of those things that I equate it to. I've heard it equated to is like boxing trainers. Yeah. You get a couple of magicians that just know shit. And Dave Castro, in my opinion, is one of those guys. Like, I easily could have said, in my opinion, like, if I had a 1A, it'd be Jay Cutler.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to. Honestly, I really didn't want to name anybody big, but the more you kind of almost have to. It's like, I want somebody who, obviously knows what they're doing for the most part and can motivate you.
Oh, for sure. 100%.
And Ronnie Coleman was like, I mean, sure, he had some really piss poor form when it came to a lot of exercises, but I mean he's the epitome of motivation.
Absolutely, 100%. I mean, and my thing is, like I said with Dave Castro, it would be as much fun as I think it would be, because like this dude does workouts with firearms. Like, no, I'm not even kidding. He did like a.
I would like to do that.
One of his workouts.
Change my vote.
One of his workouts I saw was on his Instagram the other day. It was like a 600-meter run, so 300 down, 300 back. 15 kipping pull-ups. Well, you call them silly salmon pull-ups, but
well, no, you call them silly salmon. I call them CrossFit pull-ups.
Okay, so silly salmon CrossFit pull-ups, and then he had a handgun. I think it was a 9mm, 10 in the clip with 9 ping plates downrange, and for every one that you miss is 10 burpees.
So he'd run through that, and then
for 3 rounds. But like something like that, I just think would be like the coolest shit ever. And it's one of those things that I understand CrossFit preaches functional fitness, but that, in my opinion, is the most ultimate of functional fitness. Because if you're thinking about it, if we get invaded, or if you're in a situation where you have to use a firearm and you're under duress and you're going to be moving, you're going to be there's going to be a lot of stuff in the way. So it trains discipline in a lot of what I deem intangible things.
Could start implementing that in like our special forces training and stuff like that.
I think it would almost be good. Well, that's why like they drill you guys so hard. You know what I mean? But yeah, for sure. All right, brother. Well, we're at 50 minutes. So do you just want to bullshit for another 20?
Well, that's up to you. I mean, do you have a third one for?
I can think of a third one right now.
Oh, I thought you had a third one listed. If you want to just bullshit for another 10 minutes or just call it quits here, I don't really care.
No, I got a third one for you. We'll tie it back into our movie category earlier. If you could be a part of any movie, like in a movie verse, where would you go? And then I just thought of one. I just thought of one more.
I would want to be. Now, are you what do you mean by part? Do you mean like a major part? Like I could be a superhero if I wanted to? Like I could take the role of Captain America if I wanted to?
A part. You could be you could be Captain America if you wanted to. You could be anybody if you wanted to.
Well, this is like if I wanted to be a superhero.
Well, not necessarily. I mean, because my answer isn't anywhere near superhero related.
Yeah. I mean, the only reason I'm thinking superhero movies is just because, you got Avengers coming out and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
Fuck it, I'd want to be Deadpool.
I feel you.
Not even like.
I feel you on that.
Joking on that one. I mean, just if Ryan Reynolds wasn't playing Deadpool, I'd want to play Deadpool.
For sure.
Because
I feel that. I mean, and I can see why too, because like Deadpool, you get so much like leeway.
Bastard.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
A sick fuck. I really am. I'm tame right now.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so my answer, if I could be a part of any like movie verse, I would want to be I would want to be the character in. Pardon me, I gotta look up this movie because this movie has kicked my ass for the longest time. Maybe you know it. It's Jake Gyllenhaal is in it. He's a
Brokeback Mountain?
No, not.
Do you want to play Heath Ledger or Jake Gyllenhaal in that movie?
No.
Southpaw?
The answer is no. No.
Nightcrawler.
No, Jake Gyllenhaal was in the movie. It's
End of watch.
Source Code. That's what I'm looking for. Source Code. It's so basically what happens is the movie. This guy dies but doesn't die. So basically he gets blown up but his brain's still intact.
Interesting.
So this scientist basically plugs a tube back into his brain and makes him relive the same 30 minutes before he dies all over again.
Mm.
All in part to try to find the dude who blew up the train, because it's all to stop a terrorist attack, but the dude doesn't know he's dead. Basically is what happens. You get what I'm saying?
So Jake Gyllenhaal doesn't know that he's dead.
Doesn't know that, he doesn't know that he's only like half a body.
Okay.
Like, literally the only thing that's left at the end of the movie that they show is his upper torso, one of his arms is missing, and his head is, like, half peeled open. Like, because of a bomb. Yeah, it's ridiculous. So basically, like I said, the dude has to relive his last 30 minutes of life trying to find who blew up this train to help solve who this terrorist is.
Okay. And
I would just want to be that character. Because I would fuck around so much for the first, because you're gonna die and you're gonna reset.
Yeah. Well, like,
I would try to like.
I've never actually seen that movie. You played Black Ops 3, right? That sounds a lot like the opening sequence to Black Ops 3 when they blow up the train and like they're in like that virtual reality thing to figure out like how the terrorists blew up the train. That sounds exactly like that.
Pretty much
like
exactly
Black
like
Ops
that.
Straight up ripped that movie off.
It probably did, yeah. Yeah, because I think it came out in like 2010 or 2011.
Oh yeah, Black Ops 3 didn't come out until like 2016, I think, 2017.
Yeah, it might have been a little later than that, but no, Source Code was a great movie. I love that movie. Yeah. I would just want to be that character because, like, if you know that you're gonna die and you're automatically gonna get reset, bro, this shit I'm getting into is about to be ridiculous.
Like the same thing.
Well, because the thing is like 30 minutes. I mean, like, 30 minutes is a lot of time. Like, as much as we take a 30-minute block of time in today's world for granted, 30 minutes is a lot of time. Like 30 minutes, bro. I could go on a killing spree. I could kill 100 people in less than 30 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, or you could have sex 30 times.
Exactly.
You in particular.
No. But no, I think it would be cool. I think it would be cool. All right, and so my last, if you could, it's good because this will probably wrap us up.
Yeah, it probably will.
If you could go back in time to any time with anything, Where are you going and what are you bringing with you?
What am I going? Where am I going and what am I bringing with me?
Yep.
I would go back to.
Don't hurt yourself.
I'm gonna hurt myself. I don't really know what I go with. I don't really know what I'd bring with me, but I would definitely go back to the 40s. World War II. Because
Take like a 50 cal with you.
as horrific, yeah. No, as horrific as that war was, and I mean we portray that as like this big patriotic war, but the truth is that was a bloodbath. That was our
absolutely
one of our most casualty-ridden wars. I mean, it was like, just on the American side, it was like upwards of 440,000 U.S. troops.
Like that.
It's still like a big historical event, and I would love to see that from,
a first-hand perspective.
First-hand perspective. As far as what I would bring with me, probably